You know, Vortex, I say a lot of the same shit over and over again. Don't think I don't know this. But all this stuff keeps coming back up. I realize that my lot in life is to adamantly disagree with everything that people do. To be a wrench in the system. To be a disputer of this stupid-ass culture that we live in. True comedians are supposed to find fault with everything around them, okay? We gotta twist it, we gotta sculpt it, we gotta turn it into something better than what it is. Now, I think the artists naturally have a knack for this because we're pretty tortured. You know, our emotional makeup is all screwy. But I don't think this is a bad thing. I used to think that earlier in my life, but that's because I didn't know what was going on. When I took the time and I did the research to better understand myself, it's like it all started to come together, and I couldn't be mad at God anymore, and I couldn't be mad at myself. Because a lot of the stuff that I've done, I was a real broken person when I did it. And I know that God is real patient because of that shit. He knows me. I had this other comic friend of mine a couple months ago tell me, you know, to stop beating myself up for things that I've done in my past, because he said, Amy, it's already taken care of. He said, I think that you've already paid for it in a lot of ways, you know, especially if you're still thinking about it. But, yeah, man, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I did, particularly in my 20s, you know, it's like really haunting, you know? Just terribly haunting. And I have to live with all those things that I did, man. I have to wake up every day and remember that, you know, I screwed all these people over. You know, really good friends of mine, my family, people I work for. I was with a dude who was a really, really good dude, and I treated him like shit. And I told him I would do that, but he didn't believe me, and he insisted that we be together, so I guess maybe it was his fault. But, you know, I think about this dude from time to time, and I know that he's over that. He's over whatever happened with us. He's moved on. He's with a new bitch now, and I'm happy for him. Like, I've been with dudes that screwed me over. But I feel like it's all karma, you know? You get what you gave. But it's like I get real disheartened, though, when things don't work out. But I'm just not the type of person to be with somebody, you know? Like, it's so hard for me to be with me sometimes. But I will say it's a hell of a lot easier for me to be with me than it is to be with anybody else. But I think that a lot of times people don't understand that when they go into a relationship. They wonder why it doesn't work out. But it's like, if you can't even be with yourself, then how are you going to make it work with anybody else? It's just going to turn into some sickly, codependent you know, I need you and you need me, and neither one of us are good for each other, but, you know, what else are we going to do? You know, and I see that more times than I don't. People aren't happy in these types of relationships. They just don't know how to be alone, and they don't know how to love themselves and accept themselves for whatever fucked up thing that they are. Because because they don't want to work on themselves, you know? Well, it's like, I've worked on myself, and this is still what you get. So, I don't know. I gotta say though, it's like some days I'm still like crying a lot of the day. And not because I hate myself or anything, but just because I don't know. I think it's really hard to live in this world. But maybe I'm the one that's right. Maybe it's everybody else that's wrong. And thinking that they should do all these things that they're told to do. You know, maybe they'd be better off if they just didn't listen to anybody and just went off into the woods. I don't know. I think a lot about Western civilization, you know, falling apart. And it's like, yeah, man, it's kind of like what we deserve. It's kind of like what was bound to happen. Because we just can't take care of ourselves. Like, we're so screwed up, like we can't sort ourselves out, that it's like, that's why we pay people hundreds of dollars to just listen to us talk for 45 minutes. That's why we pay doctors to give us medicine. It doesn't actually heal us. That's why we waste all this time and energy obsessing about stuff that's not even happening, and taking pictures of ourselves or pretending we're all these other things. It's like, I don't know if I'm against capitalism, but I don't think I'm for capitalism either. Because I feel like all it does is exploit human nature. I guess all the political philosophies do, and capitalism's the only one that's like, it allows for people to move up. All the other philosophies don't allow that. They promise equality that's not even possible. But I don't agree with exploiting human nature. And technology is the epitome of that. I know I talk about that a lot, but it really is like the crux of the problem right now. And you have all these people that are so fucking smart, but they still can't see that. And even if they can see it, it's like, what are they going to do about it? Are they going to stop tweeting? Are they going to stop going on Instagram? I mean, it's like people have really dug this hole for themselves. And they jump in this hole, and they do this in that hole that's so deep, and they don't even know how deep it is. Like, because they don't have any concept of reality anymore. Maybe that's a good metaphor. It's not a fun one. It's not an enjoyable thing to think about, but that's what has happened to society. But that's because society has allowed that, you know?